for the follow, guys. Thank you very much. Well, that was a surprise. Thank you. Our goal was to bring back the spark in Yu-Gi-Oh! Lots of returning player. Yeah. Do you guys have... I don't know. If you guys want to join a Discord call, I would like to make a few questions about the game. Because I have a ton of questions to make about the game. And the things that you guys want to do. Oh, ok. Pedro. Vamos saltar para uma chamada com aqui o pessoal do Duelist Unite. Que o gajo tem assim... O gajo tipo... A linha entra durante os minutos, portanto... Ok, this was unexpected. Ok, para quem não sabe, ele acabou de dizer a lead developer do projeto é japonesa, mas ela fala português. Portanto, isto vai ser engraçado.
Vai ser muito bom.
Eu só espero que o pessoal aqui da stream não se importe que nós estamos aqui a falar em inglês. Hello? Anybody here?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
I'm here.
Oh,
Hello.
you're here! Oh, hey!
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay,
He's very shy, chat. He's very shy. So I mean, I don't. I'm speechless. I'm speechless right now. I wasn't actually expecting. By the way, you were so nice, like with me. I wasn't expecting for you to be like, oh yeah, you guys can stream our game. You can do all you want.
Fine. Everyone is free to stream. It's a free game, you know.
Yeah, I
We
know
want
it's a free game.
We
Like,
want people to stream the game. It's good. You're doing us a favor, actually, too.
Yeah, and I'm also a game dev, so I know how hard it is to make a game and then have like the exposure to the game. So like
Yeah.
the fact that you guys did like a Yu-Gi-Oh game, especially because especially because Konami doesn't decide to make a good Yu-Gi-Oh game.
Mhm.
I think it is very cool that you guys do like a game of this magnitude, especially because it's not just okay, let's play Master Rule. No, you guys can play all the type of games of Yu-Gi-Oh that you want. So
Yeah.
it is really cool what you guys did.
Yeah, we wanted to bring, like, there's so many different ways to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I feel like most players, they only get a fraction of the taste of what real Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. And in Japan, they have these card shops where players just play Yu-Gi-Oh! All day, and they have all types of ways to play Yu-Gi-Oh! But in other countries, we can't do that because, we don't have time to go to these card shops or buy cards. But in the online simulator, everything is there, so you can do anything you want.
So
Basically,
basically you guys did this free game, and yeah, one of the first thing that came to my mind when you guys did the game was, is Konami allowed this type of game to be launched? And
We
then
actually emailed Konami before we made the game and said, is it okay to do this? And they said as long as the game is free, there's nothing wrong with it. If you remember, actually, nothing in the game is copyrighted. The music is ours. The icons are ours. We
Yeah.
made the game. The code is ours. So other than the pictures of the arts of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, nothing is copyrighted. If I remove all the pictures of those Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I can even sell the game.
wow, yeah, I actually saw your guidelines and I was like, wow, I can't believe you guys can do this type of thing, and Konami be like, okay, you can do it.
Yeah,
But-
Konami is not the problem. The problem is the the company called Nihon Ad Systems, NAS, which is the company that owns the arts of the cards. So
Oh,
if they
okay.
don't create a problem, it's fine. Even if they do, I would be happy to talk with Konami, and even, they want to license this game one day,
Yeah.
we'd be happy to do it.
I was just thinking about that. They should just approach you guys to license the game, because you did what they didn't until now. They don't have a game as solid as yours, and I'm basically speechless because I was not expecting, and because it's so well constructed. How many of you are developing the game?
There's one lead developer, and I guess she hasn't joined, but we have around, I guess the team is made up of 6 people, but we have one lead developer that made the game in Unity. And then we have a graphic designer that made like the icons and the field and all this other stuff. And we have people that update the arts, people who update the scripts of the cards. Then there's database and there's the website. It's lots of different things.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
6 people.
6 people. Yeah, I work with 6 people, like from different branches. I'm a programmer. I work with artists, with AI people. I'm forgetting the name because I'm dumb in English, but but yeah. Do you think that because there's been a lot of rumors that Konami is going to launch a Yu-Gi-Oh game which is called Master Duel, do you think that when the game will come out, your game will lose like popularity towards
No, I don't
the
think so.
official product?
I'm actually excited for Konami's game. I'm always open to having more Yu-Gi-Oh games. As a Yu-Gi-Oh player, you should be excited about any Yu-Gi-Oh game that comes out. So the Master Duel game that Konami is making is really just going to be Duel Links, but with Master Duel rules. So it's going to be a field with all 5 monster zones, and you still have to collect cards, get the booster packs, and so this whole collecting thing is the problem right now. And in our simulators, you have all the cards for free, so you can make their best deck you want and go directly to the dueling. So it goes directly to the skill level, which is the actual duel. You don't have to waste time to collect the cards. Now, of course, Konami is a company, so they need a business model to make money. So that's why you have to pay some money to get cards. Our game's free, so you don't have to do any of that.
Yeah, I can
But
see that.
these simulators have been around for like last 8 years. We're not the first ones to make this game. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro has been around for 8 years. There's even if you go to the iOS Apple Store, there's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro there, and it's been there for 5 years. Nobody's taken it down, and and the reason that it's not been taken down is because again they don't include the arts of the cards. If you remove the arts, it's completely legal and everything is fine.
Yeah, I remember. I actually tried to install it once, and the app itself didn't come with the card database. You had to externally add it to the game, and it was
Yes.
it was actually funny. But one of the things that I actually liked is because I go to your website, and you guys don't try to be like, okay, let's promote our product and forget about everyone else. You guys literally promoted the other websites that also are simulating Yu-Gi-Oh! You guys promoted YGO Pro, Dueling Book, and all those websites, and that's something really cool that I enjoyed with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think that all of those other developers and simulators should always get credit too, because we're all working together. Some of the scripts that we have in this game are also shared by other Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro simulators. It's all one big project, really, that somebody else started 8 years ago, and then we just took a step further and made our own game.
Wow, it is really cool. So you guys already you guys are in open beta with this game. What's your next step with the game? What do you actually want to add more to the game, except fixing the bugs? Because I know how hard it is.
Yeah. So now the servers are stable. The bugs are basically being squashed. The next step would be online tournaments.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I know that you guys have an option, but it's not as good. Let's say like that.
We can host the tournament. So we announce the tournaments in the Discord server. Then people can join the tournament in the game, and then it will be a lot of fun because you can have tournaments of all kinds, and it will be automatic. People have been hosting tournaments for a long time, but whenever you host them, you can cheat in those tournaments because you can change the deck between each duel. In this game, you cannot do that because the decks are locked.
Sounds really cool. Someone made a question here in the chat. On the programming side, which aspect did you find more difficult to implement?
The difficult part was just the automation of the whole thing, right? So that whenever you activate certain cards, they do what they're supposed to do. So there's a core engine of Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro that all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro simulators use. Now, a lot of people don't understand how this core engine works, and so everybody just uses the same code that has existed for this last 8 years, which is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro code. That's why you have the Edo Pro simulator, which is also just a copy of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro code. So nobody actually took the risk to make a new game that could take that engine and use it for another completely different game, because it was hard to understand how the engine worked. And that's what we did. We started from scratch. We made a new game. It took us 1 year, but we had to use the engine and we got everything to work. Whereas all the other Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro teams, they can't do this. They have to use the regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro code.
All right. Do you guys have any like plans to add like an offline mode to the game? Like for example, the player battling against an AI. I know that's pretty hard, so it would
Yeah,
be
so
pretty interesting to have in the game.
it just comes down to, again, see, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro has always had an offline mode when it first came out in 2012. And this game, you need Discord to connect to play it, right? So because you need the Discord to go online, the server has the core code. Whereas in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, the core code is not on the server; it's in the game, so it's stored locally. That's why you can have offline AI. And having the offline AI also gives you the ability to make stuff like test hands, puzzle mode, and all those other things. Now, offline AI is planned, but it's not. It's going to be very difficult because we have to keep the Discord integration and still be able to do all those other things. So if the online AI is there, the online puzzle mode is there, online test hands is there. So we do believe that the majority of the players have internet connection. So right now, it's not a priority to have offline.
Okay.
I think that's right. Yeah, that's well thought out. I have a specific question. I don't know if you can answer me, but since you were talking about implementing the game rules and everything, how did you have to how did you resolve the specific cases when you can create loops that basically don't resolve themselves?
You mean infinite loops without an
Yeah,
end chain?
yeah,
So there are some combos that people call they call them hostage loops.
yeah,
Okay, so you see in your timer, you have 5 minutes,
oh,
5 minutes per turn for a player, right?
yeah,
And that timer, whenever you activate a card or you summon a card or you do anything, you get some time back. And so you can, as long as you're doing something during your turn, you can have enough time to complete your turn. But what players were doing in automatic simulators, including Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, they started to find these infinite loops. And the one of them is Necro Valley and Cyframe Omega. You can just
yeah.
keep activating Omega from the graveyard, and it will never end. It's an infinite loop, and you just get infinite time. And so this was called a hostage loop. So in our game, we programmed it so you can only activate those loops up to like 5 times. So you can never actually get
Oh,
infinite time.
yeah. That's really clever, really, because I know it must be hard to solve these problems because the loop exists basically to put to create a difficult situation to resolve. And I know that even if it is YG Pro or Duel Links, they have methods to resolve it. But since you are creating the game, always wanted to ask how really do you implement it? So it's thank you for your answer.
Yeah. I mean, there's other infinite loops. I'm sure, I don't know if you've
Opposition,
heard of
right?
the pole position loop or something. There's
Yeah.
Oh
very
god.
complex rulings according to that. In those situations, the card that is causing the loop goes to the graveyard.
Yeah. That's
All right.
the the more clean way to solve the loop without basically breaking the game.
is gonna talk or is gonna be quiet. Because I see that she's in the call.
Hello, Kanogi?
Mm.
Yeah, she's here. You
Olá,
can ask her a question.
está tudo bem?
I think
We're
the
Portuguese, by
microphone-
the way.
Kanogi, just speak louder or get close to your microphone, and then
Yeah, he told me.
No, we were just talking because yeah, like this was really surprising. I wasn't expecting like the developers of the game to come watch our stream, and now we're having a good conversation. So let's let's distance ourselves from the game and let's talk about Yu-Gi-Oh in general. Do you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh, and what's your current opinion on the game itself in this current time?
I have been out of touch for a long time. I would say 3 years I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh properly. So, but I plan to get back into the game now with Yu-Gi-Oh Omega. So I don't really have an opinion yet until I start playing. But I think a lot of the game right now is like a first turn board with negates.
I was good in the game during the Master Room 3. But no, I'm not good anymore. Because I don't know the cards.
You need to speak a little bit louder because I increased the sound, but still I can't hear you.
I was good on the game during the Master Room 3. But
Hey, Master Rule 3.
nowadays, yeah, but nowadays I'm bad because I don't know the cards.
Did you play the OCG rules, the OCG or the TCG? Just to clarify.
I played on online games, so whatever it was using. Like, I played Dual Generations and Legacy of the Duelist.
Jesus. I actually have a copy of Legacy of the Duelist. Let me grab it. Because one of the members from our team actually gave it to me as a gift. No, this is Legend of Zelda. What the fuck? It's here. Yeah.
I used to play. The
They gave it to
original
me.
one, not the new one, but the.
Yeah, no, I have both actually. It's here. I have the one for the Nintendo Switch, which has the DLCs, and I also have the Legacy of the Duelist for the PC.
Yeah, I used
And
to play the PC one, the old.
yeah, and I also played the Dual Generation. It's a shame that the game itself didn't have like a lot more stuff than we wanted to. But
Yeah,
hey, it was a
too
game.
slow. Like the Dual Generation was too slow.
Yeah, it was really old. I played it during like the Master Rule 3. I stopped playing during Master Rule in the beginning of Master Rule 4 because I was like, links are starting to be a little bit too much.
Hated it.
I hate it as well. So especially Fireball Dragon, that was the thing that made me hate the game.
No, I mean not because of the cards, but because I couldn't summon my cards on the field slots. Then I said, I don't want anymore. Then I just stopped it.
Yep, but they changed the rules again, so now you can summon them.
Yeah.
They're like, we made a big mistake. Yeah, like it's like they realized that it was a bad idea, so they're like, it's better go back. But I mean, they kind of ruined Pendulum as well, so it's not as good as it used to be.
A pendulum was too strong, so I think it needed to be nerfed.
Yeah, it was too OP.
Yeah, those things is okay.
I tried playing Pendulum, but I was like, nah, I prefer my 6 Samurai deck.
Honestly.
Oh my god. I'm just destroying you, so sorry, Pedro.
No, I'm not even paying attention to the game. Firstly, I'm not familiar with Super Heavy Samurai deck. Then I'm just listening to the conversation because it's much better now than what's happening. I'm supposed to be reacclimated to the game once again, and I'm just losing. You're supposed to be helping me reacquaint with the cards and everything and the mechanics, but
I mean, we kind of got caught like out of left field with the devs, so.
Yeah.
But I mean, did you guys like what's your memories from the Yu-Gi-Oh? Like both the anime and the card game itself. Do you remember any specific moment like when you guys were playing the game, and that made you like it's still in your mind?
Well, I guess it was 2003 or 2001. I don't remember, but we were all watching Yu-Gi-Oh anime on TV, and then they started to make the video games on the Game Boy Advance. They had those story mode games, so I just got an emulator for it and played it on my computer, single player, and I just tried to play it only the video games. And then eventually they had Yu-Gi-Oh Online that came out in 2004 from Konami, and that was the first official online automatic simulator. And I played Yu-Gi-Oh Online from 2004 to 2012. So that was my first real introduction to Yu-Gi-Oh and getting good at it. And then 2014 was Yu-Gi-Oh Pro, and then now we're here in 2021.
In 2021, and we're still hoping that we can finally play together again.
Yeah, I mean, I would have hoped that Yu-Gi-Oh Online would one day, have a sequel, but it never came out. It got shut down in 2012. So, but
Yeah, the
that
thing
would have
about
been the best simulator ever. That's kind of like what we're going for right now.
we have a fanboy of Yu-Gi-Oh! Online on the chat. The thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Online, when I played it, was probably in its final days, and it was. Thank you for the follow, NEMS. I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that name. But I remember playing YGO, Yu-Gi-Oh! Online, and I remember it was amazing because it had the models from the characters itself. But the way that they gave you the cards, at least that happened with me. You kind of had to give your cards so that you could grab one card. And I was like, then how am I going to make a deck? How am I going to play now? And it was like,
Oh,
it,
I think they had trading, so you could trade with players online, and that created an economy system.
yeah. No, I didn't play with all the features because, like I said, I played in the last days of the game, so it was a shame that I couldn't play the game. The next one that I played was the Yu-Gi-Oh version. I played the Facebook game, and it was really funny actually. It wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh. It was most similar to Duel Links, and it was funny, but it wasn't like Yu-Gi-Oh. Then I actually played the mini clip video game, and I thought it was cool, especially because it had like that partner system where each partner had a deck, and they made some really cool ideas, like make a gear-free deck with equipped spells that you could like destroy, and your opponent got burn damage and all that stuff. So Konami actually tried a lot with some certain games, but it became it. They never like made their own like official game. Like for example, like Pokemon, like Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I know that that Kunogi is Portuguese. I'm just trying. I'm just speaking in English to keep the conversation like flowing between both of us.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. But like, do you think that Konami will finally like we have Master Duel, but do you think that Master Duel will finally be like the final version of a game that the fans finally want from Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, I don't think so. But I think it will be like Duel Links. Basically Duel Links, but Master Duel rules.
Kunogi,
Mm.
what's your opinion on the on the game on the Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel?
Master Duel? You mean the new one they announced?
Yeah, that they announced.
I don't know. Probably it's gonna be like the Duel Links. So I like the dual generations because I get all the cards and other people didn't have all the cards, so I could play with
Yeah,
them. And, hey, I
Dual
got the card.
Generations was easy to hack.
I like it.
Yeah, it was easy to
No,
hack.
it was easy to hack, but you get banned.
Yeah, you get
No.
banned.
We don't get
I never
banned.
got banned. I never got banned. I got all the cards.
If you unlock all the cards and save a deck with all the cards, you get banned. You needed to change the packet on when you're starting the game to send a deck with cards that you didn't have and wasn't saved on your account. So when they was checking if your account data was valid, it won't be valid because you didn't have any cards that you didn't purchase. But when you playing the game, you could send to the server that you was using cards on your deck that you don't have because they didn't check it because probably was expensive to check. So then you could use all cards and you would never get banned.
I think you used a different hack than I did because I never got banned. What I did was that you get like infinite coins and then you buy the booster pack. So actually you do
But
own the
you
card.
cannot have premium cards going just the booster packs.
No, I had
I
all
had
cards.
all cards, including the
Yeah, I had all
premium
cards and never
I
got
have
banned.
all the avatars. I had everything. And I didn't get banned. Because they didn't
Maybe
check.
they caught you.
It's
No,
kind.
I lost 40 accounts to them, but then I never got banned again.
It's
The
kind of
XP is low.
it's kind of funny because in the beginning of the stream we were talking about the Shueisha situation where they started banning people and to avoid the piracy of manga and all that, and then you have like the developers of YGO Omega saying, "Oh yeah, I pirate this game. I did like this stuff to the game so that I could play the game better." Like it's so hilarious.
I mean,
Well,
it
we
was
didn't
fun
pirate
'cause
them.
others
We
didn't
just
have the
we
cards.
just
Yeah.
got the cards.
Yeah, we got the like in a non-friendly way. Let's say it like that.
But in Dual Links, I had it too. I had all 3 copies of everything. Then some idiot just did the same thing and published it on the internet. So people started downloading and just putting there and using it. Then they fixed it. Then I stopped playing.
Like I want
I
3
think
copies of everything.
There's still some
Yeah,
hacks
and
in Duel
people
Links.
were so idiot that they was putting 3 copies of cards that you could only get one.
Oh my
Then
god.
they
Oh my
fixed it.
god. I
There's
mean,
still hacks on
When
Duel
you
Links.
do something that relies on server side fail checking something, you just don't publish it. But no, the guy was so stupid that, hey, download this. Right. It was so stupid easy. Like they had a JSON with everything that every card you had, and there was the heritage of the cards you had. So basically, it checked if the amount of cards you using of any given card is less or equal than the amount of cards you have on that heritage. But if you don't have some heritage, it was new. It was not there. So when it was checking it, it was giving like a free pass if it was new. So let's say I have 1 copy of a card on heritage common. Then I just put 2 copies of it on another heritage, and yeah, I can use the 3 because it fails to check. That was it. It was very simple.
yeah. She's showing your collection. Like, look at my 3 copies of each of the Egyptian gods. Like, look at this beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
and with maximum heritage.
Yeah. I shouldn't be laughing at this, but God damn it. Okay, so you guys know that the current game, the current Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game. Okay, I asked this question after my question, but looking at the game itself, like you see that Yu-Gi-Oh it's not like a beginners friendly game, because a person that starts playing the game in the beginning, like it's gonna struggle a lot with the game itself, with all the mechanics, all the timings and all that stuff. It's really difficult. Do you think that Yu-Gi-Oh itself it's gonna evolve through something better, or Konami's gonna be like, nah, let's keep the game like this? Because if you look at, for example, the band list itself, it's kind of a problem because it's a mixture of, okay, let's solve problems, but at the same time let's promote new problems. So it's kind of
I think the game is going to keep evolving, more summon mechanics, more rules, more stuff. But the thing is, if new players want to join Yu-Gi-Oh, then they need to have a simplified version of the game, and that's what Duel Links is. You've noticed that most of the new players that are being introduced to Yu-Gi-Oh, they are being introduced through Duel Links. Duel Links has over 100 million players, and it's growing and growing. So I think Duel Links is one of the best things Konami has ever done, because without it, I think Yu-Gi-Oh would have died. You would have all the old players that still play Yu-Gi-Oh today. We're all getting old, and then the new players, they can't even join Yu-Gi-Oh because it's too complicated. Now Konami made rush duels, they made speed duels. They keep coming up with new simplified versions of Yu-Gi-Oh. But the original master duel version of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's just going to keep evolving and getting more complicated. They won't stop.
You think one way to solve it would be creating a rotation system like in other card games?
You mean like Magic the Gathering?
and
I
how
I think one of the cool things about Yu-Gi-Oh is that it's unique. That there is no. It's unlike other card games where I draw a card, I can activate it right away. There's no cost to activate. There's no resource system really.
yes.
And I think rotations with ban lists and going back and forth, it's not really going to solve much, and it's just too hard to maintain it. I think all they will do is just new ban lists, and they will have alternate formats like you got the Master Duel, Speed Duel, uh, you have Rush Duel. So
Yeah.
I think that's the only way they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I think that Yu-Gi-Oh is good. Like if you compare Yu-Gi-Oh with the Magic the Gathering, the Yu-Gi-Oh has a higher skill floor than the Magic the Gathering, cause Yu-Gi-Oh every card has a lot of text and effects. Magic the Gathering they don't. But by other hand, if you're gonna really compete on Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh is way easier, cause like you have what, like 10 or 20 or so mechanics that you remember, like synchro, axis, link, pendulum. It's just a bit of stuff. All the rest it's written on the card. It's a lot of text, but it's there. You just read. On Magic, no, the cards don't have much text, but there's like 1,000 mechanics that you need to know by head. Cause oh no, this card is this kind of card, so it do this kind of thing. It's not written here, but it does, and you need to know. There's 100 millions of stuff that you do on Magic that is not on the card, and you need to know. Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah.
don't has it. It's way better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys have played MTG Arena,
Yeah, I did.
so I actually learned how to play Magic through MTG Arena, but they don't have the card text on the card, so they have like one sentence. That's it, one sentence. But when you
Yeah,
hover
need
over the
to
card,
guess what is everything else. Like, oh,
there's
this
all
card
these little
is a
icons.
planeswalker. Okay, so then I put it here and I can put 1 point here and activate these once per turn. You need to know all this. It's not right there.
Yeah, so they have all these little icons. Like for example, let's say a monster does pierce damage.
Yeah.
They won't write it does pierce damage. They'll just put an icon for pierce. And so you would need to know what that icon means. It's actually smart because then they don't have to fill the card with lots of text. They just put small little icons and it makes it cleaner.
Yeah, they have keywords basically that signify a certain type of action, while Yu-Gi-Oh puts even if they have like tributes or special summon that they have the exact same conditions, they always put the entire text.
What's
Right?
the name of the card? It's Astrograph Magician, right? That it's like the card with the most text in the entire game.
It depends on
Like,
card,
if
right?
you want
I think
Yeah,
it's
Pendulum
one of
card.
them. It's Zark and then Nirvana High Paladin.
Like it has so many. Let me see if I can show it here on the screen because the card like it has a lot of text.
But I actually don't like this part of Yu-Gi-Oh where the texts are just getting longer and longer and longer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
if someone do something on Yu-Gi-Oh that you don't know, you just read the card and oh cool, I didn't knew this card. Now if someone plays a card on Magic and you do something you didn't knew, oh I didn't knew any of these 100 cards of this type existed. It's like
yeah, you're right. You're right. But,
Yeah,
you know,
you're
Yeah,
right.
but Kunogi, this if you look at the online simulators, they have all that information for Magic. So yeah, if you play the game in real life, you won't know. But in the online simulator, you just hover over it, and they have all the information right in
it's
front of you.
not about the icons. It's about the card types, like the entire mechanics. Like like on Yu-Gi-Oh you have the synchro. So on the Magic you have X type of card, and this card of type is played on this way, and you need to know that. It's not just like piercing and things like that.
Yeah, no, but they have that information too. Also, if you get there's like a little helper tooltip, and then they tell you how to summon this card and stuff like that.
yeah. Maybe MTG Arena will be the way that some people will get into Magic, because I actually bought a few years ago a structure deck of Magic, but it's way too complicated because aside from the mechanics and the keywords, you also have to pay attention to resource system, like you were talking about. And in that
Yeah.
regard, Yu-Gi-Oh will always have the same type of mechanics, not side of play, because you have always at your disposal all the cards based on not having a rotation system. So if you remember how to summon a monster, if you played Yu-Gi-Oh during the early years, nowadays if you want to normal summon a normal monster or effect monster, you can still do it. But Magic is like you were saying. It's I tried to do it with a structure deck, but it's super complicated. And maybe the MTG on an MTG arena will be the way that some people get into Magic. Maybe. So I still haven't tried it, but if it has all the help you're saying about hovering on the cards and telling what they're supposed to do, maybe I'll try it. But I think in that regard, Duel Links is doing a much better job to present Yu-Gi-Oh to new players and bring back the spark to old
Yeah.
players. And now to your game,
Speaking of the MTG Arena, I think that's a perfect example of a simulator that Konami can do, and they have an example right there. Magic is one of the most popular card games. Actually, it is the most popular card game, more popular than Yu-Gi-Oh. It's got a world record for most popularity, but they have a simulator that works, and it's an esport. You can buy cards inside the simulator. It has rotating formats, all kinds of stuff. Everything is there. It's a perfect simulator. If Konami were to make a simulator like that, that's all we would need.
maybe
No, I mean
they try to buy your your game, right? Buy
Yeah,
license
I
the
don't
game.
know.
that would be really
That's
cool.
a, that's a stretch, but it's hopeful, wishful thinking.
It would be way better than what they are doing.
Yeah.
Very
No,
wishful thinking, but
the thing
yes.
the thing is that if you look at, for example, the TCGs nowadays, like you have Magic the Gathering, you have Pokemon, and you look at their online simulators, and they actually are connected to the TCG itself. For example, with Pokemon, you have like the code inside of a booster pack that you can actually add to the game. Like
Yes.
it's impressive when you look at these games and you're like, how can Konami not do something like this? Like, what's taking them so long to finally do it?
Yeah. So if you were to reprint every card in Yu-Gi-Oh with a barcode, then you could scan the barcode and it would become digital. But again, you have to worry about the manufacturing and printing costs for every card in Yu-Gi-Oh. Just imagine we had to reprint all of that. So if you were a company, you wouldn't spend money on buying paper and printing it and all that stuff. Everything would just be digital. They would actually save more money by not printing all of that and just make it digital. They would actually gain more money from it. But the reason they don't do that is because the physical card game is also a real thing that they want to sustain and keep alive.
Yeah, it's actually a shame. Someone in the chat actually asked, "Are you planning on adding 3D models to the cards? Like, for example, the monster now has an hologram that you can actually add in the options. But do you plan on like adding like a 3D model of certain cards,
No,
for
no,
example, like they did
it's
with Legacy of the Duelist?"
well, Konami is like a multi-million-dollar company, and they have a team of like 1,000 people making 3D models of each monster. Even then, they only have a couple hundred monsters that have 3D models. There's over 11,000 cards in the game. And so, no, we're not going to make 3D models for every single monster. The way that we did it is that we just take the artwork, we cut out the background, and then it looks like it's 3D. So it's just floating over the card, and that's what Duel Links does as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Uh, I actually just put the trailer for the open beta for everyone to see. And one of the interesting things that I actually like about the game is that you guys like did like these special animations for certain cards. Uh, for now, I know that Exodia, Destiny Board, and Exodia, the Legendary Defender, as an exclusive animation. Is there another animation that is currently in the game or that you are planning to add to the game?
Yes, we plan to do all of the win condition animations. So every card effect that does a win condition will have an animation eventually. The next one that we're working on is Final Countdown.
Yes. Awesome.
I actually planned on playing like Mystic Mine and it has a final countdown. And I played. I wanted to play it to see if there was a final countdown animation, but oh well, it doesn't have anyone. Oh god.
It takes a lot of time to make these animations frame by frame. Somebody has to draw them and animate them, so it will take a long time until all 20 are done.
hmm Pedro, I don't know if you have any more questions for for that.
No, but I'm just flabbergasted because you deserve the recognition for this project.
No, no,
Because
not me, the team.
You,
Not
you,
the
you,
The
developers.
team, the team, the team.
everyone on the team deserves the recognition for this project. That's why my wishful thinking that Konami would approach you to basically buy the game, because this even better probably than Duel Links, even if it works in tandem, but even better than Duel Links, I think will bring back a lot of people to the game, and we can use it to introduce Yu-Gi-Oh to a new generation, because I hope that more and more people came back to the get introduced to the game and keep Yu-Gi-Oh alive, because it's an amazing game and I think we all have a passion for it. That's why we're here, right? So just send that wish that I hope all of you get the recognition you deserve, and the YGO Omega will be an even bigger success, because you're all just starting.
Yes, thank you very much. But all we really want is for people to just enjoy playing the game.
Speaking for myself, I really enjoyed it. Not losing, but I really enjoyed the game, and I will get better again. So to have a better showing, so we can play the game again here and bring a lot more people and get more people to know about the game and play it and share.
Yeah.
So yeah, one thing that I really like about Yu-Gi-Oh is it's played all around the world. It's very international. Every country, almost every language. There's so many people around the world that play Yu-Gi-Oh. And so if we were to bring all those people together in an online platform and play, it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And so that's kind of what we're trying to do.
yeah, that's an amazing idea. That's an amazing idea, and I hope it works. It works out.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like as soon as I saw like Simo and Xylo play posting the videos, I'm like, I definitely need to play this game. Like this game looks amazing, and I need to play this. Like I never felt this excited for a Yu-Gi-Oh game like since like Legacy of the Duelist came out, and like I love every single minute of it. I lose a lot as well because because like the current meta is a little bit difficult to accompany, but this
Yeah,
game is
now
totally
people are
amazing.
getting the taste of the real meta because if you play Legacy, you wouldn't have gotten that taste.
Yeah,
Or even
exactly.
Duel Links.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in the chat like thanking you guys because yeah, this is a lot of work that is put in this game. There's people also telling me to challenge you to a duel. Who knows? Let's see. One day maybe. Uh, one day if we feel like it, and I feel cocky enough, I'll probably challenge the developers to a Yu-Gi-Oh game just for the funnies.
Sure, we're not actually that good, but there is one person on our team that's pretty good, and he's a developer. But yeah,
Oh dear.
I beat him 3 times in a row.
yeah, she beat that guy 3 times in a row
Oh
Okay.
Jesus.
with
You
a
probably
Madolche deck.
played Mystic Mind just to annoy him.
No, I didn't even
She plays
believe that
Madolche.
this was an
Hey,
option.
Madolche! Jesus. Madolche. A tournament arc with the developers. maybe, who knows? One final question before we wrap the stream. Do you guys have any planned date for the full launch of the game?
No, not really. The thing is that we've only spent 1 year making this game. All these other games have been around for 8 years. So we want to just keep improving the game, adding more features. So open beta is now just kind of like a title, but it's because I don't know when the full version of the game will be, and we got mobile version also to do, and lots of other things. So for now, it's open beta is as good as uh, like a real release almost. It's pretty good already now.
Mm-hmm. God damn it! Why did it put a Farfa video? I wanted to continue to put the trailer. Yeah, I love Farfa. I actually lied. I have one more question, and this is more focused in your game development side. Do you guys have any like side projects that you guys want to do like after probably you guys are like tired of developing like the Yu-Gi-Oh game?
I don't know. That depends on Kanogi.
Why depends on me?
It depends on what you want to do if after you finish this.
Ah, I used to do private servers of stuff. Last time I was working on a World of Warcraft server that has no classes. So you could just make your character with a haze, and then you had a screen with skills and talents and stat points that you could distribute between all the classes and all the talents of all the trees and build your own quest. But I didn't finish it.
Well, to be honest with you, I think this game still has a lot of potential to grow. Right now, it's just a simulator. What if we create like a little world map with characters going around like an MMORPG? It's all possible. Um, there's even the Duelist of the Roses, like a little board game that you can
Oh,
play. So there's so many things we can do and have fun with this project. It's just our own project. We can do whatever we want with it.
the sky's the limit.
Pretty well said.
All right, you guys have like a stage here. You can promote the game and everything you want. So if you guys want to go, you can promote the game now.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, I think we've talked about the game, so I don't know.
He's now flustered. He's like, what did I say? What should I say? Okay.
I mostly just wanted to start making the game because I had fun playing with people on the Legacy of the Duelist, but there was not like all cards in there. It was not up to date, and the Yu-Gi-Oh Pro was ugly, and my friends didn't like it. Me neither. And the Pro 2, like I found that somewhat it was better, but it was like I don't know how to explain. Wasn't like the same level as I saw on the Legacy of the Duelist, but it had other cards. So we ended up not having a good place to play. So I thought, well, if then why not make one? Then we could play on something that is pretty and that is fast and that has all the cards. And that's it.
Alright. Sounds about right. Oh, peço desculpa. Sorry about it. I was getting ready the next raid for the for the stream. I'm sorry. Okay, so it's already 7 p.m. here, and it's time to wrap the stream. Thank you once again to the developers for joining here with us. Like this was a this was a wonderful surprise. I wasn't expecting you guys to actually say, "Hey, let's go, let's do a call." But thank you once again, and to everyone watching the stream. I'm sorry if we had to speak this part in English, but hey, we had a lot of fun. People were enjoying this moment, and we are having here a wonderful conversation. So, in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoy this live stream. Thank you once again to the developers, and thank you, Pedro, for not losing a lot.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for coming and wonderful surprise. We will be playing again in the future
Yeah,
because I'm not going down without a fight.
yeah. When the and who knows, maybe the developers will accept our invite. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed and see you next Saturday.
Bye.
Goodbye.